Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Not Tea. I am your host, Jada Sharice. How are y'all doing? How's the week going so far? I know it's just Tuesday, but it's just like, how was Monday? How was Sunday night? Right? I'm learning that Sundays for the adults, it's becoming a bit too much for my liking. I'm having to get the week together, right? And probably have like a glance of how I want my week to go. A lot, Some cook. I did not cook on Sunday. I didn't feel like it. And I'm so sorry to my man, but we just had to figure it out. We was downstairs just in the kitchen trying to figure it out because I just didn't feel like it. And it's okay to not feel like it sometimes, right? What's the problem with that? But anyway, um but yeah, y'all, this past week since I first dropped that first episode, it has been it's been pretty cool. I feel like, well, you know what? It's been cool to me, but I feel like a lot has been happening in the world in this past week. And we're going to dive right into that. But if you don't have your cup of coffee, go ahead and do that. 1 second, let me try it out. That's good. It's good coffee. And y'all, for a simple cup of coffee, I use some Folgers, some sugar, uh, some coffee mate creamer, and some Starbucks oat milk. Oat milk. It's like oat milk shaken espresso creamer as well. Yeah, and I just made a good old cup of Joe. A good cup of Joe. Yeah, that's good. And by the way, y'all, I am, as you know, a mom as well. So I have my monitor right here because even though I am recording, I'm still a mom 24/7. So if y'all hear just a little screaming in the background, that's just my baby Bree Bree just trying to, make her presence known. But I made sure she was upstairs, very much so occupied. My girl likes her Elmo. She likes her vocabulary, Larry. I'm starting very early because when I was a school teacher, I noticed that some of these kids had a late start in life. Not with mine. So we're gonna make sure that we always stay on point with that. So my girl lucky she ain't have a pencil 2 days out the womb, you know. But I always play some vocabulary. She loves Elmo doing the alphabet, the Sesame Street alphabets. It's great. It's to the point that me and my man know that shit. Oh, excuse me, know it by heart. Trying not to cuss. Trying to be better. Trying to be better. But let's go ahead and dive into it though. So like I said, this past week has been so full of just a lot of things that's happening, right? We're gonna start first with Kelly Price. I don't know if everybody has been paying attention to Kelly Price, but I have, and I just want to talk about that, right? Because she reminds me of like girls who I used to go to summer camp with, girls that I went to school with, and I'm just like, But anyway, so Kelly Price, if you don't know her, she is an R&B singer. She got her big break as Mariah Carey's one of her background singers. Amazing voice. That girl can blow. I remember singing a song of Kelly Price in church one time. Like, I can hold a little 1, 2, but Kelly Price, she is, and she was on that show R&B Divas, but she's known for being a mean girl. She can have her mean girl streak, right? And Kelly Price recently went on Instagram doing this rant on Instagram about how black women are, how black women are not good, so mean and this and that. And, she's saying how she don't give a damn about what black women say because we are the worst and we have the worst to say and we always bring people down and this and that. So. But and you know what? I'm gonna actually just play a clip of what she said right here so you can just have an idea of what I'm talking about. Roll the clip.
Okay? I'm not there yet. Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching.
Okay, and we're gonna stop right there because the thing is with Kelly, she's like I said, she's known for being a mean girl, and I'm just a firm believer in if you want positive energy to you, you must spew out positive energy, right? You can't expect for people to be nice to you and have all these positive takes about you when you don't really have much good things to say about other people, and you think she could be a bit stuck up, and I feel like we all can possibly be a little stuck up in our ways sometimes, but it's just like when that has become a part of your persona, that says a lot. That's very telling. And I'm not saying work on it, but maybe you should work on it before you go to Instagram with it, because it's just like I don't think nobody asked for this. So Kelly girl, if you listening to this, if you need help with your brand, honey, call me. And next on the list, we have Charlie Kirk. Now, there has been a whirlwind of the back and forth of this side and that side. And I'm only just a girl. I'm just a girl. But I'm going to give my take on how I feel about it. And if you resonate with it, cool. If you don't, cool. But that's my free will. That's my freedom of speech. I have that. I can say what I want. This is my platform. Um, so I'm gonna first say that Charlie Kirk, as we all know, was a huge Trump supporter. He was on that side, and I'm sure by now. You've seen the clips, you've seen the things that he stood for. I'm gonna be the first to say, well, maybe I'm not the first to say, but on this here platform, I'm the first to say I didn't know who Charlie was until the day that we learned about him getting shot in the neck or assassinated. I did not know who that was, so I had to do my research because I'm just like, who is this? Who is Charlie Kirkina? Like, who is that? So after doing my research and I saw what he stood for, I saw everything, well, most of the things that he said on his platform and other, he will go out to colleges and universities and everything to speak and everything to just kind of voice his opinion. Like he was I believe he had a podcast. He had a platform and he spoke freely and proudly of that side. Perfectly fine. Um, do I think that he deserved to get assassinated? Absolutely not. I don't wish nor do I celebrate death on anybody. Like, I feel like that's not our job as human beings. I believe that the creator of all, God, is the one that he spews judgment, not us. So, do I have my notes? Of course. Of course. But do I wish death on anybody? No. And I'm so sorry for those that do, but I like to live right, and I just feel like I'm not going to carry no hate in my heart for somebody who didn't give a damn about me. Why would I give all my energy to a person that don't even know me, one, and two, don't give a damn about me and what I stand for? So there's that. I am going to say, though, that The power of life and death lies within the tongue, right? And Charlie said something a lot about the gun laws, and that he's pro gun law. He's pro gun. A pum pum, everybody gonna die. That was him, right? So he said something in a clip, and I'm actually gonna play said clip right now. Roll the clip.
Fully acknowledge and admit when you allow gun ownership, you're going to have gun deaths. There is a cost to liberty.
Now, Charlie has said a lot of other things, but I think that when he said this, I'm a firm believer that God said, okay, cool, you will lead by example. Do I wish death on anybody? No. Am I happy he died? I'm so sorry to that man and that his wife, his children. I'm so sorry. Nobody deserves that. And again, that's my belief. But I am going to say, again, the power of life and death lies within the tongue. But in the same breath, if you're going to stand for said laws, you, I guess, have to be okay with what can possibly come with this. And then he also said that he doesn't want any empathy. He's not a person that, he doesn't like the word empathy. Y'all know what he said. And I feel like the Republicans and, supremacists and, the the Jesus lovers, because you know what? Never mind. But the Jesus lovers, the Republicans, they felt so strongly about the event that occurred, right? And the governor of Utah said it himself, where in the past 33 hours, he was praying that the person that did this to Charlie Kirk came from another state or another country. But that didn't work out because it just so happened to have been one of them. One of them, right? So I feel like it's a lot of racism, though. It's so blatant. It's so blatant. It's not hitting anymore. It's not hitting. And it's just like, at what point, where was the plot lost, right? Where was the plot lost? Because it just so happened that, unfortunately, it was a white on white crime. It was a 22-year-old white male, a Republican. So a person on that side, right? That just so happened to have done this to Charlie Kirk. Now, how did black people get in the midst of this? If this is a white on white crime, how did black people get in this? Because next thing you know, it's been threats to HBCUs and, schools of the black and brown community had to go on shutdown, lockdown, because it was so many threats of what could possibly happen, and they're just taking the safety measurements to make sure that this doesn't happen, right? So it was just like, if this was if this was the white man attacking the white man, what do the black man got to do with this? Y'all, it's a lot. But it also, on the same day that this happened, the shooting in the high school in Colorado, right? But I feel like everybody was so pressed on what happened to Charlie Kirk, this barely got any news coverage of the school shooting in Colorado. Literally, it happened in the same day, maybe around the same time. And I just, as a mother, I'm never okay with that. I'm never okay with death. But if you're going to celebrate or be upset of Charlie Kirk getting assassinated, you need to be upset about these babies losing their life, getting shot by the same thing that Charlie Kirk stood for, guns. It's not fair, nor does it make sense. 2 plus 2 is giving the people 10, right? So I'm a firm believer that if you're going to be upset about the thing that killed Charlie, you need to be upset at the same thing that killed those babies. That killed, what, a few weeks ago at that school when the babies were praying in what, I forgot what state that was. But those babies were praying in school. And this shooter just came and just started spraying the school up, killed 2 babies. I believe there was 6 and 8, a 6-year-old, 8-year-old, something of the sort. But did they deserve to die by the same thing that Charlie stood for? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What about the senator, the governor lady and her husband and their dog that was killed in their home, the comfort of their own home? They were going to sleep to prepare for the next day. Did they deserve that? No. So it's just like I see all the hate, all the energy from this side saying, "Oh, the republic, the liberals, the libtards, as they say, they're gonna pay for this." When in fact it wasn't even the liberals. I'm not classifying as anything. I'm just saying it wasn't the liberals, but it was y'all. So are y'all gonna push said hate on y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole bunch of bullshit if you ask me. But you know I be trying not to cuss. I be trying not to cuss. So yeah, we're gonna move on, cause oh honey, it gets deep. It gets deep, but I'm a person, I can sit and talk about a conversation for hours until I'll even bring up conspiracies, because I do think this has some type of conspiracy to it as well. I think that this happened too quick. They found the said 22-year-old boy, right? The white boy. His dad gave him up. My daddy personally would never. But hey, his dad gave him up because his dad loves his country. We move on. And now apparently the boy is facing the death penalty. And mind you, they just found him last week, Friday. I think this happened to Charlie on the 11th. I believe that was Thursday. And Friday they said that they found the boy. It's too much. It's too much. It makes me think. It makes me question a lot of things. But I'm just like, you know what? For my sanity, I'm gonna sip my coffee and move on. Hold on. That's a good cup of joe. We move on. So back to some black news. I know last week's episode I touched very highly on the Young Thug situation. I'm just gonna touch on that briefly because it's always something, right? So as you know, you have Woody. We love bald headed ass Woody. Woody, you are funny. You had me cracking up on those trials when they had you on the stand. Woody took it to the internet and said that Young Thug, he's tired of like protecting these N-words, and he was saying like his daughter has to have surgery, and if his daughter wake up from surgery crying, he coming after Young Thug. Now what does that mean? I don't know. But I will be looking. My ears will be to the streets. I will be looking, because I'm not looking for tea. I'm looking for conversation, buddy. But that goes hand in hand with the gun laws thing as well. Like, it's just like it's always something going on, right? With violence and everything. And we're going to move on, because not only did Woody say that, but we also know that Young Thug came out with a song. But before he posted said song, he posted these lyrics, right? And I can read. I've always been great at reading. I am a reader. I was more of an avid reader back then than I am now. But you know what I'm saying? I can read. However, when you go and throw in some lyrics and you put this medieval font on the lyrics, I'm looking like, wait, what does that say? And I'm just like, Thug, the things that you do, who approved this? Because yes, you are, that's your brand, it's your career, but also in order for you to work, you need creative heads in one space to just kind of know what the next step is going to be, right? We're going to market your brand. We're going to make sure that your brand is forever evolving. Who is the person in charge? Because it's not you. And I want to know what makes you think that we want to read the lyrics and not know the song. Why not post the song? Why post these medieval lyrics? And then it was a page and pages and pages of just him just, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And it's like, I'm never going against a man in his feelings about anything. They have every right to feel how they feel. But in the same breath, yo, what are you doing? Like your career, you're single-handedly, just your career, it's just going down the toilet. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Just stop. You want people to, it's, never mind. You know what? I get it. I get too deep. But anyway, I'm going to post these lyrics. Am I going to read these lyrics? I'm just going to read a paragraph of these lyrics, but please, the lyrics will be posted right here. Let me go ahead and find them so I can read to you a paragraph of what these lyrics say. Baby, I'm sorry. One of my biggest fears is losing you to the internet, waking up in our bed with you right by my neck, saying, don't you break a sweat. Pillow talking ain't my game. Pillow talking ain't my name. Pillow talking ain't my name. Baby, I love you. I know you see this rain. I know you feel my pain. I'm going to stop right there because I just don't feel like reading any more of that. But then after he posted these lyrics, about a few hours later, he went out and he posted the song of what the lyrics clearly go to. And it's just a lot of apologizing to Mariah, apologizing to Lil Baby, Future, 21 Savage, Metro Boomin, Drake, trying to get them to bond or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, okay, now that we have posted that song, what now? Like, what exactly, how is this song gonna help your career advance, right? But then, Glorilla, Gloria Hallelujah came out with the diss song of the summer at this point because, baby, I love that. She called it Brianna because, as y'all know, he, in the jail call between him and Mariah the Scientist, the whole thing about him asking her, who is this Glorilla girl? And she's like, oh, yeah, she's a new rapper, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they say she cute. She ain't cute. That bitch ugly, blah, blah, blah. And then Mariah egging it on. Oh, they say she look like Rihanna. And he said, more like Brianna. I'm like, oh. But anyway, so Glorilla got a taste of that jail call. And she went ahead and took it in the booth. Fire in the booth, right? And my girl came out with a diss song called Brianna. Y'all, if you ain't hear that song, I would play a little clip of that little song. It was great. It was great. It was a laugh that I feel like we all needed, right? Roll the clip.
Y'all know I'm from motherfucking Memphis. Motherfucking young bug, bring your motherfucking up last here, Jay. From my mom, I got something for you. You done picked the wrong motherfucker. Let's do it. Let go. Black and male looking at nigga, pips looking at nigga, ass ain't Jim, that jelly looking at nigga. Boy, you know this ass super fat. It's sex looking at bad bitch looking at nigga, Prince looking at nigga. Man, I'm about to throw a feet looking at nigga. I'm about to go do a dick looking at nigga. About to drop low, do a split looking at nigga. Pop shirt wearing ass nigga, skirt wearing ass nigga. A bug on the ground, about to chirp looking at nigga. A pain in the head, trying to hurt looking at nigga. A hole in the mirror, about to twerk looking at nigga. Glow ugly, I'ma still flirt looking at nigga. You wish looking at nigga, shit looking at nigga. Sweet tea and a for a Trish looking at nigga. Something out of apocalypse.
I'm gonna stop it right there because y'all, that's a great song. And people was like, is this AI? Is this AI? I said, no, babe, there's no way this is AI. This is Gloria, hallelujah. And I just love that she sampled Looking Boy. Looking Boy, right? The song that came out when I feel like I was a kid. Oh, you so broke, looking boy. Choke, looking boy. Let me clear my throat, looking boy. You know? I'm like, yeah. Pay homage. We appreciate that. The kids probably won't know what that is, but the adults, we know what it is. And I loved it. I loved it so much. So y'all, all in all, I just feel like this has been one crazy week. one insane week, but it's okay. We shall prevail, right? I do think that we all just got to stay prayed up because the way that things are going, you just never know. You just never know, but just stay prayed up. And I'm happy that I'm able to just kind of get these topics, do my research on these topics and just kind of talk about them in the way that I want to. Like, it's just so because you got people that they may not want to hear it. But if you're listening, you wanted to hear it. And I appreciate everybody from the first episode and everything. I know these will probably be posted around the same time because again, y'all, editing everything it takes a lot, and me being a mom, you have to always be a mom 100% of the time. So it's just like I have to make sure my time is just kind of allotted in different ways, but it's okay because I hope that you guys enjoy this episode. I am gonna go ahead and cut it here because I gotta clean up my house. I got things to do. I have to edit this episode. I have to cook because I didn't cook last night, but it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Again, and I appreciate my community, my village for holding me accountable on making sure that I'm consistent. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for listening, for watching. I just hope that I'm able to give you the things that you guys want. There is a newsletter for Coffee Not Tea coming soon. It's a lot of things. All of the things are coming together. I'm a one-woman army, so, give me some grace. But I'm going to give you everything that you guys been asking for. And again, have you a good cup of coffee on this good here morning. 1 second. We're going to take one more last sip together, okay? That's a good cup of joe. Before I exit, because I had it all ready to go to get off. But before I exit, I actually want to talk about Tyler Perry, Beauty in the Black. Y'all, I finished it last night. Right? And oh my God. I don't want to ruin it for the people that did not see it yet, but y'all, if you seen it yet, you know what I'm talking about. That damn rain could have stayed her ass in the hospital. Because what are you doing? And who gave you the audacity? Like, who gave you the power to make decisions? Because clearly that's not your strong suit. I knew you was bad at making decisions when you let Doga shoot you up with booty shots. And you almost died. And that's how you ended up in the hospital in the first place. Kimmy, you my girl. Kimmy, Horace, power team. That's the power team right there. I hate that it took Kimmy so long to get in that office and call him shots, but my girl started making shot. Who? You would have thought she been running the business. My girl was slapping the shit out of Jules, as he deserves. Because at this point, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Your decision making, Otis. I just don't understand you. It's okay for you to threaten everybody in their family, but when somebody come for your children, that's where you draw the line. Niggas. Can't stand them. Horace, I don't want my dog Horace to die. I want him to live and tell his story. I actually want to see him and Kimmy work out because I think that might be, my baby is crying. That might be something, But, I won't spoil it. I'm going to stop right there. But if y'all haven't seen Beauty in the Black, please go watch season 2, part 1. I believe this is part 1 and part 2 will be coming sometime whenever it comes. Y'all know how Tyler work. He gives you something and then makes you wait, right? And so, it's just, it was so good. It was so good. I won't spoil it and talk about the other characters, but it's so good. That unknown number, saw it, loved it, hate you, Kendra. But I won't get into that because my blood pressure was boiling when I saw that. So I won't get into that. But just know that if you haven't seen Unknown Number on Netflix, please watch it. Please watch it, and you will understand exactly why I say, hey, you, Kendra. You will understand exactly why I say that. Wednesday on Netflix. If you have not seen it, watch it. It's so great. I love Wednesday. I love Jenna Ortega. They picked the right person to play Wednesday because, of course, they had Christina Ricci playing Wednesday back in the day. And now they have Jenna Ortega. And it's just like she summons the energy of Wednesday so good. It's so great. So grand. I love it. But I just wanted to talk about that really quickly. Yes. We're going to end the episode right there. Please like, subscribe. If you have any comments, concerns, anything that you want to hear on this podcast, please let me know. I love doing this. I'm grateful to be back in front of a microphone, now in front of a camera, because at first, like I said, it was audio only. So I'm happy to be doing this again. And I am your host, Jada Charisse. This is Coffee Not Tea, where it's conversation, not gossip. So sip on this. Bye.